With you the sun is shining 24/7. 'Cause when we're together it feels like we're in heaven. If it will get dark, you'll be my million stars. I know I can lean on you.
Okay, welcome to Healthy Body by Sophie. As you can see, or I'm not sure if you can tell, I am in my RV and our family RV, and I am going to show you how to do a quick makeup for your face, give you a little bit of extra glow. On a typical day I might not necessarily put anything, especially if we're going in the water and if it is super hot, as we're gonna go in and out of the hot tub, but at the same time, if you're someone who like to put makeup even in those kind of situation in a campground, there's all kinds of different steps you can do, from using foundation or just like a dew skin. That's what we call it. It's like a little bit of, gives a little bit of glow and color, still showing through your imperfection, just evening it out to make it more smooth and kind of radiant glowing skin. So I just applied my facial routine, but it's great if you apply makeup afterward, because what it's going to do, it's going to help make your makeup looks a lot more finished, and it will stay longer all day. So here I'm going to do a little bit of a technique with massaging. You could use a Gua Sha like this. So the different sides are used for different parts of the face. You can also use one of these. This one has grooves here. This one is more smooth. You also could start with your hands. So I put purposefully a tank top that allows me to get to these tissues here. So I'm going to show you a little routine on how to give you a little massage after you've put your moisturizing lotion, and I even apply an oil afterward, one that helps with crow's feet, wrinkles here starting at my age, and then over the mouth as well. And I also combine it with another one. Sometimes I alternate, morning one, evening the other one. Here I combined and I put through here, and on the T-zone I put the Counter Plus number 3, which will help with a dark circle around the eyes, under the eyes, and it will help with blemishes or age spots, so even sunspots. And for the area that's more oily, as I do have a combined skin texture, it will help with all of that with the more oily skin. So there we go. Now that I explained to you what I did, it was my last step of moisturizing. I'm going to start with my hand, so I'm going to use my thumb, and so basically your thumb and your index finger, that's the one. The index finger is great for use for applying your makeup, because it is the digit that has the least amount of strength or power, whereas when you use the other one, you can tend to go harder into the skin, which can be good at times, but when you're applying your makeup, you don't necessarily need to do that. Usually let the product that you're using heat up to match the temperature of your skin, and then you gently dab it with your index finger as much as possible, and also with certain brushes, including beauty blender sponge. That is amazing. So here, after having done this, you start here, then you can go up to the side. So you can start one side. So here I'm going to use the tip of my fingers and go up through here. So you're going to see it's going to start increasing blood flow. It's already starting to get red as I tilt my head a bit to the other side. So this here is your sternocleidomastoid, and then you go right next to it, getting into a bit of your scalenes. So sternocleidomastoid, scalenes, SEM, scalene, and go up all the way to behind your ear where they attach in part. And there we go. Then you do the same thing to the other side. So there's one side that you're going to be more comfortable here. As you may know from previous video I've done with exercise and whatnot and tips on self-massage, I can't do certain movements with this wrist. So here you kind of figure out what works for you. So same here, now it's my left hand strumming across the SEM here, and then my right hand over the scalenes. I mean, it's kind of overlapping, but you get the general idea, and going all the way back to behind the ear. You could even go further, as we will do afterward, to massage into your hair, which is amazing.
'Cause when you're around, I know it's true. The way you make me feel is so good, baby. So good, so good. Every single day we spend apart, I wanna be with you. Baby, take my hand, hold it tight just like you do. Feels so good, so good. When I wake up in the morning and I see your face, I'm becoming blind by your dazzling grace. What a beautiful feeling to be close to you. There's nothing else I wanna do. Ooh, and from the fields of flowers you chose to pick me. You're spreading sugar on my misery, and I don't fake this kind of feeling, never felt so real. My heart is on the table 'cause you're my everything. I do, I wanna marry.
There we go. So you get the idea. Shake it all out, because you might be a little bit sore from doing this, especially if, you know, if this is something I do all day long on people. So this is really nice. Now you can carry this over to the face. You could do one side at a time or both. I'm gonna start with the right. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna do 3 times just for the sake of the video, and then you can add more reps in sets if you want. Okay, 3. Then I'm gonna carry it over here. So one side at a time. I'm gonna put my hand in the middle here. It's gonna help with those wrinkles, especially since I put that counter plus number 2, which is amazing for this. You add the counter plus 2 oil, and you blend that in what you put before the eye cream, our counter time sunscreen, counter time eye cream, sorry, and it would definitely work on your wrinkles all over the little different spots of your face. Okay, so I went over, but that's because I'm chatting with you. Then you could still go in with just your finger and go over here. You can even go here, or you can include this, which is part is great. You go like this. So all these areas, you go here. Here you would use this part. Here you would use this part. 1, 2, 3. If you use your hand, you can go like this. 1, 2, 3. Then the other side. 1. Oh, we need to do the lip first. 1, 3. And if you use this, you would use this part here, underneath here. 1, 2, 3. You could start here first, and then you carry it further into the side. Then here, 1, 2, 3. So we did both sides now, and the more you do it, then you would start seeing, already you could start seeing a bit of a redness here. That's a hyperemia that's happening. That's really good. So here I go super gently. I use this part. As we know, the under the eye is very thin compared to the rest of the face and the body, so you want to go nice and gentle. So if you did use your finger, you'd use this finger, and then you could even use a pinky, and which is digit number 5, and you go like this, and 3, and same with the other side. Okay, with your finger you would use that pinky, works really well. 3, and then if you want to use this, go right here. 1, nice and gentle. 2, all the way to the hairline. You can even go further afterward as you work on that. Then you do above. So here you pull up, you stabilize here at the nose on the bridge, and then you pull up. 1, 2, 3. You could do it with this. You do basically one of each, you know. That makes you two reps this way. And like I said, you can do it anywhere from 3 to 5, 2 more counts, you know, reps if you wish. And then you pull away, so you stabilize here, and here for your eyebrow, you can go over like this, and then you pull away to the side and up a bit. 2. See how it's doing this here? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and the same on the other side. 1, 2, 3, and you pull up and laterally to the side. 1, 2, 3, and it's pulling gently the eyebrow at the same time. 3, and here on the side. 2, 3, perfect. So you can use your hands and your fingers and go like this, and go into your hairline. So yes, it's gonna add a bit of oil to my hair, but that's fine. So I brushed my hair. Let me grab the brush. I brushed my hair with this brush a moment ago. It works amazing for long hair that are a bit curly. And so I'll show you from using my hands that are still a tiny bit oily. I'm going to brush my hair afterward without washing it, sorry, and you'll see what the difference it is just with a simple brush of your hair. So here, and you go here. You could do one at a time, one side at a time, and then you hold your hair and gently pull. Hold and pull. See, as you do this, you're removing those wrinkles. They're just because you're stretching the skin. And what do you think happens when you get surgeries? They pull all of this back. So when you do this, especially if you have neck issue, make sure you don't pull your head back and keep bringing your chin down. I know by doing so you could bring up double chin, but I am about safety and health, and so here I'm pulling up. See when I do this? And putting back nice and gentle. So I'm strumming on my hair, nice massage here. I'm gonna go like this, and I just feel the tension I need to use so that it doesn't hurt, but it feels nice to pull that scalp and separate it a bit from, so I can wiggle it back and forth, keeping my neck nice and straight, and it looks like I just got a facelift when it's a facelift using my own body. It gives me a good workout over my arm, and nice gently rocking back and forth. It's getting hot in here. I don't have the air conditioning on right now, so you guys can hear me, and it's getting warm in here. And I don't have the windows open back here. Alright, so you get the idea. So I'm going to brush the hair now, and you'll see how nice, just from brushing. Obviously by doing it here, I'm gonna make hair go all over the place, even though I did brush them a moment ago. I have lots of hair, as you can see, and more hair will come off, so, but I don't want to move away from here. I'm just going to show you what brushing can do to your hair when they feel oily from doing techniques like I just did on your face, or just applying simply your oils and lotions on your body. So then you remove that hair that always keeps coming off, and I throw it in the garbage, or the compost actually. Alright, so now that's my hair again after brushing it. Even though it was oily, look how it looks now. That's, you could not tell that my hair is oily. But oils are good, so why remove the oil when all you need to do is give it a good brush with a brush like this, and all of a sudden, you know, it's not bad. Alright, so I'm gonna tie it back again so I can do little bit of a, we can leave it even like this. And that helps. Just that little pull you do with applying a hair clip. There we go. So I showed you a little bit of this. You could incorporate using this, especially if it's on a hot day. You put it in the fridge or freezer, and then you do this to your face. So I'm going to do a little bit. It did not go into the fridge or freezer, just wrapped in this into my makeup bag, makeup traveling case, and it feels nice on the face, I'll have to tell you. And it's not even cold. So you could pin it and do one side at a time, and that's really nice too. And then you do here and down. That's a really nice stroke. Here and down. So you could try and switch and use the left side, or if you're not too ambidextrous and need to use only the right side or the left side, depending what side you're stronger in, just figure out what works for you. You could even use this down. You could a little bit of a a little bit of a different feeling. You can use this side. You could even do this anywhere on your body. You could even do it on your torso, on your arms, on your, as I did, on your legs, on your feet. And really you can really work all directions. Generally here you go from center out. Here you would go up here and out. For here you could go here and then down to the side. It's really good for your lymph node, here and down, and that feels really good. All right, so let's move on, and I'm gonna move this out of the way. We go into, so here I have a big case under below me. I'm gonna pull out a few items that I may need. So I'm gonna go in the sun in a moment. So I'm gonna use my face counter sun sunscreen. SPF 25 is enough. I've been using it for the last since I've had it, which is a couple of months now, and it works really well. So yes, I almost did put the full pump. Some might want to use less, but you need to make sure you get enough because you want to use it on your décolleté, and that it's gonna do what it's supposed to be doing, so that it prevents age spots and sunspots, specifically when you go in the sun. And you repeat that technique I was doing earlier. So you can use your palm of your hand and go up as your hand is open this way. There we go, and then down. And if you have more flexibility and you can go behind your shoulder and between your shoulder blades, by all means do that. Or you could even go like this, up, whoops, and down, up and down, pulling your hair up. Alrighty, so you know what? I'm gonna bring my hair up because it is getting warm over here. So we're gonna tie these up. There we go. Perfect. And now let's get into, okay, this is actually still a little bit damp. It's good to wet it first. So it still has some dampness, so I'll be okay. We do recommend that you wet it, wring it out. Like I said, it still has some dampness on it, so I'm not gonna bother changing that. I'm not going to be using our foundation, which is a Skin Twin, because like I said, I'm gonna be outside, I'm gonna be in the sun, maybe going to the water, so I'm just gonna use my Dew Skin, which is basically blending in, evening out any imperfection on my skin. And for this you don't really need to use the sponge. Actually the sponge is more for this. However, I will be using it for applying the concealer. I'm not gonna use the concealer everywhere. I'm only gonna use the concealer on so that's it with this. That's the Dew Skin in medium that I'm using. Oh, I forgot to do something, but you know what? We'll try and put it on now. I forgot our serum. It's a serum, but it is a primer. So let's see, we're gonna blend it in with my Dew Skin and see what happens. Usually you do it first, but I forgot, so we'll experiment here. It still is good to use. Since I used your skin, I think it's okay to mix the two. If I had used a skin twin, I definitely would not have tried to do that, or I could have just to experiment, but I would not be as confident that it would deliver. So we're just using, because you can use this just as an add-on moisturizer over your regular moisturizer. It adds extra glow, as you see right away. It's like I have almost highlighter on my face, which I don't. I just put a pump of this amazing looking, I'm gonna leave it here, it's so beautiful, the case, the box it came in, and then this container it's in glass, as we are trying to go glass on all of our product as much as possible. All right, so now I'm gonna put on, I could use mattifying powder. Actually, I'm out of it and I don't need it right now, so I'm just gonna do the inside. This is a medium. This is actually your light number 1. I have gone much lighter on the highlighter, and I like to use it up here, and I'm not going to be probably using anything else on my eye as far as the eye shadow. So it's nice and full still. It's a pretty much brand new bottle, so I'm not gonna be dipping it one more time. I'm only gonna be using what comes in there. I'm not gonna do here because that's where you get your wrinkles. I'm gonna hide a couple of blemishes here, which literally I've had only a couple of days ago. They don't look very nice. And by using my, cover my H spot here, and just by using my blemish routine and sun SOS, it has removed, it's basically gone. It's just a little spot. So there, and we're good. We're gonna let this set, and you could use this to highlight, you know, areas you want to highlight of your face. I'm not gonna do this because I'm just gonna, like I said, I want to keep it really natural. And as you could see my face, I didn't really need to do anything, but today's our last day vacationing here in the RV, and I wanted to do a little video to show you guys. So again, this is the light number 1, I believe. So I can't see without my glasses, but it's light in number 1. And so we're gonna take up our mascara, amazing mascara. And I'm going to bring my highlighter. The few next steps I'm going to be using a little bit of blush. Okay, so, and we're going to use a little bit of blush here with the brush. That works amazing with it, and as well the brow gel, and I think that will be pretty good. Could do some finish with this brush for the to take care of any thing like you would need for bronzing. As this is the Dune. So let's see if we're going to use that. I'm going to leave it here because I'm not quite sure yet. One thing you could use if you wanted something really discreet for your eyes, like above your eyes and your as eyeshadow, we have those creamy eye pens. That it's the same principle as the concealer. They work amazing to put on your eyes. You can even use them on your face, actually, especially the new version that are the full sizes or mini size from the holidays that I just showed you. So I'm gonna define my eyebrow with a medium eye pencil. So my eyebrows were sugared last week, so they're not too bad. As you know, with age, we get more sparse eyebrows. especially in the middle here. So that's why this not the only reason, but it's one reason why lots of people love the gel. So there. Good. And you really can make it the shape you want. If you want to make it more defined, we have an eye pencil too, but I'm not gonna use the eye pencil again. It's very low key today. So yes, so finishing a little bit through here. If you want to have a more polished look, you could add more contouring with different concealer. For the purpose of today, since again, like I said, I'm only doing this for you guys to show you, since it's my last day camping here. I wanted to do a little video in the RV for you, but I'm just going to be using this bronzer with the brush for overall the neck and around the nose and forehead. Once I've done my mascara, finished the eyes with a mascara and this violet eye pencil. So let's see here. So here for the violet eye pencil, let me just dab this here a little bit to set it. That's when mattifying powder comes handy, especially when it's hot. So here I'm just gonna slightly, so try and use the lighter finger like this one, and you're gonna look a bit down. So I'm gonna put my head down, but in order to put your head down, watch your shoulder, pull your shoulders down. So yeah, I'm not doing, it's about keeping yourself safe, and if you crank up your neck, it's not good for you. So here, just underneath here, and I add a little bit of extra here to the side. That's going to add a bit of volume when I put my mascara. So I'm going from underneath so that my eyes have that illusion that they're bigger than they really are. Especially if your eyes are more inward on your face. Okay, so there. And there's always one side that will look different than the other, and that you would prefer how your mascara or your makeup looks better on one side than the other. I think that's for most people that you're gonna feel this, because nobody's perfect, right? And the ones who are perfect are the ones who become the models, because that's what they're looking for. So here I'm just gonna, you can blink your eye. Look at this, just a little bit of mascara, and look how amazing this is. You could blink your eye, but I let it grab at the base and pull up. And I'm doing this without magnifying glass, which at my age I have to use. So here, this is one eye, so I'm gonna stand still and I'll see if I can do a picture to split and to show you the difference. And I'm gonna do a bit at the bottom. Focusing on the outer part. It was on my finger and I got it on my face. So really this is 2 passes. So I have a bit of cleanup to do since it was on my finger. We'll let it dry. That's best that you wait and let it dry. And then you do the other side. So now I'm gonna do the other side. Let's see if I can remove that. So you could use a bit of concealer to blend it in, but it's very mild, so there we go, that was enough. What I just did was a Kleenex. Now I'm gonna do the other side. You could dip it back in. I'm not, because I'm trying to preserve bubbles, air bubbles, to grow. Not grow, but infiltrate into my mascara. And if I did that, it would make it not last as long, or need to be revamped with an eye drop. Actually, I've been using that helps to bring back moisture, especially when you're using clean mascaras that don't have carbon, black carbon, and I've really tested thoroughly even at its last phase of production, or after it's all produced. We make sure there's no heavy metal and no carbon black. So when you remove those things and many other harmful chemicals, your chance to get a product that dries more quickly and sometimes doesn't deliver as much for you. So those little tricks of not keeping dabbing excessively helps to prevent that, and of course leaving it open. Now here I just held here and pulled down. That did work. At the same time I did a bit of a smudging, but you get the idea, and you can clean up always afterward. If I had wanted to work faster, I could have dabbed it back into the tube. Just keep in mind, if you do that a lot in one application of your face makeup, your chances your mascara not to last as long, and that would be completely my fault if I did that. So I want to minimize that, so that's why I'm not dabbing it back in, and try not to over apply either, because then you create, like I just did here, a little bit too much concealer, mascara. It looks heavy, so I'm gonna let it set for a minute and before I can remove it. If you wait that your mascara has been on it for a few minutes, it's gonna allow it it's gonna allow you to flake it off more easily. It's kind of turns into powder. So there we go. So we're gonna leave that alone, and I'm gonna do my blush instead right now. Oh, that's not the color I want, even though it is pretty. Maybe I should be using this one. I want to show you the two options I have. This one is more subtle, and this one is more pink. You know what? We'll go with pink today. I've not used it in a little while, so let's see how it works. Might need. There we go. And make sure you dab it off and smile, and then you're gonna go right here on the cheek. And if you go too dark, too pinkish, to whatever color this is that you're using, it's not a big deal, because since you've been using, well, I have anyway, been using my, see, it's a little bit pinkish, and I might not necessarily want to have it that pink, because I'm not going to really use any lipstick, so whatever gloss. So what I will do, I'm going to go back with my brush and dab it in over. That's going to allow, first of all, it's gonna let it help to set it, and it's gonna make it more discreet and natural, like if it's actually your own cheeks that are rosy. You could go with your mascara, your brush or your sponge, and try and remove that makeup. I'm gonna try and go with this here because I made a mess up here. If I did use a little bit of my creamy eyeshadow, I could blend that in that way. Here it's getting hot here, so I'm getting more sweaty, yet my primer is doing a great job. So I might have to fix a little bit, and I'm gonna reapply a bit of my so here, instead of applying more concealer, which I could, I'm just gonna blend that in now that I removed the mascara, the mascara with the sponge, with the face, the tissue paper, and I'm gonna now clean up, stretch those eyelashes. There we go. Again, I can't see definitely well without my glasses, but that's pretty good. Okay, I'm not gonna put any more. All right, now last but not least, two things I could do. I'm gonna use two brushes actually. So I'm gonna wait to do the highlighter after I do the bronzer. I would not have to really. It looks really good like this. Just to show you, I'm gonna go super light, and I'm gonna put the bronzer on this nice brush, and I'm gonna do here super light, taking it down neck and décolleté. And now I'm gonna use. You could use this one. I've used this before. But then I started using this one, which is a lot smaller, and it works really well to do this too. You could use it here, and you can do a nose on the side, and you could do up here. And then you're gonna blend that in with that other brush. And then to that we'll add the highlighter, and we'll be done. So let's make it really discreet. And blend that in. So it disappears. We might have to follow back with the nice and easy, and then carry it up here. And the side of the nose to blend that in. And then after all of this, you might have to touch up your eyebrows or you blush like I said, but that's pretty much it. So there. If it's too pinkish to you, you can add more. Dab that in again into your skin. And now I'm just gonna finish with my highlighter. So you could use straight on with the stick, or you could do with your finger applying the highlighter. Make sure you do the inside. That's one of the most important area. But because I did use a light concealer, it already did featured my eyes and open up in through here, as you can see. And one area you don't want to forget is up here. If you're gonna do highlighter, you might as well do it properly. And then right away my eyes look brighter, my face look more open, and that's kind of what you're looking for. So that's pretty much it. And you could do even down here. All right, let's close this, put this away. To this, you could just blend everything in, make it more natural, so it's not that doesn't look as obvious that you did all of those steps. And voila! I'm gonna add one more time the eye pencil for the eyebrows, I should say, the gel. I always like to fluff this up. This brush of the gel eyebrow is amazing. I would use it all the time. If there's something you forget to do or you don't have time to do and you want to do one thing, do this. It's quick, it's faster the mascara, and voila. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in another episode of my Healthy Body by Sophie video with all kinds of tips on how to stay healthy and using safer products. That is my goal, to put in the hands of everyone, as well as safer techniques of exercising and self-care that will keep your neck, your body. That's why I'm going to turn, so I'm not twisting my body, especially if you have issues with your neck, with your joints, with your muscles, whatever it is condition you may have. I can teach you safer ways of taking care of yourself. Thank you so much. Namaste.
With you, the sun is shining 24/7. 'Cause when we're together, it feels like we're in heaven. If it will get dark, you'll be my million stars. I know I can lean on you. Oh, you catch me like a leaf falling from a tree. If I'll be a shooting star, you make a wish. No, I don't fake this kind of feeling, never felt so real. My heart is on the table 'cause you're my